been a few weeks since we recorded our season premiere, but of course we uploaded it later to kind of build suspense. But
I haven't listened to it.
You haven't listened to it? I haven't listened to it either.
I need to.
I think because I listened to it a lot when I was editing it, so when I uploaded, I was like, no.
You get to hear it. I usually listen to it at work, but I just haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the last one either.
The season finale? Oh,
yeah.
what?
Yeah, farewell, right? It was going to be a farewell. But...
Yeah, Teach doesn't listen to our show. Breaking news. No, just kidding.
I'm in it.
Right?
I'm here, and
I lived it. Yeah, I mean, it got quite a bit of views. Pretty proud of it. Again, just slowly getting back into the kick of things. Season 2, like we said last episode, we're going to have some changes. Probably sprucing up the butterbeer. Sprucing up the recording process and editing process. Some things are in the works there.
What you should do is, instead of getting this fancy iPad, you need to get some mics.
Some mics, man. Oh,
just as expensive, but less fun.
Yeah, but then I can't really do nothing with the mic on this.
No, I'm kidding. It would be ridiculous to buy mics instead of an iPad.
Right. Freaking. I mean, one day I'll rent out a studio, man. I'll freaking.
Oh man.
Put the soundproof
little
bars. We'll get
mattresses all up in these walls and shit. Mm-hmm. 8 crates and all that.
Keep it darkly lit too. Look like
a red light when we're recording.
Right. No, put something else so that way Mrs. Teach doesn't knock on the door.
Yeah. Mrs. Teach. No, just say Mrs. Teach. Shut the fuck up.
You heard that?
She can actually.
Right. Now. She'd probably put up a chair right here by the wall, just be like, "What are these fuckers talking about?"
For the VIP, access.
Right.
The first look.
We're going to talk about touching their ding dongs again. So.
Lots of that. So I went the first week we missed the show. I was at another retreat, and it was 10 days, and it was a big event. So it was people from all over the country, right? And so we exchanged like Facebooks and all that. And I think that's why I've been so meaty on our page lately, because I've really been having to hold back on mine. Like I already was kind of censoring mine anyways, just because of my position, but. Really, now that I have all these other people that are around they know me as here, whatever, I don't post anything that's very controversial. So anytime I see it, I'm like, post it to the page. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, how can I piss someone off? Like, I want to get someone mad. Like,
well, some of our posts have gotten deleted.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's not because it's the original post that gets deleted.
Well, our page actually got suspended for half an hour. And I think that was the one with the...
It was the cum code.
Yeah, it was the quesadilla one. And I was pissed because I forgot when I went to our page for, like on the app on my phone. Mm-hmm. But it was like, your account has been temporarily suspended. Mm-hmm. So somebody fucking reported our page for the fucking meme.
Yeah, but and it might not be... one of our listeners, because a lot of people shared that.
That one got a lot of shares.
So someone on their friends list could have reported it, and we're the source though, because it came
right.
Even though I stole that meme.
Yeah, and I think because there was this one person that I don't know, because it'll show us the notifications of who shared it. Mm-hmm. There was a younger guy that shared it. That was the last share, and then after that, that's when I noticed the account got. I think that's what I was looking on, because I was like, who is this guy that shared our post? And then I went to their page, and when I went back to mine, it said it had been suspended. So I'm placing blame on you, you asshole.
So now that you mention that, though, I have been posting some kind of racy memes, and I don't see them though. But I stole them, so they're considered ours.
Yeah.
Like I had posted one where it's taking the kids out to the park, and it was just this big glob of like what you can assume is
cum.
Yeah.
I never saw that one.
It's just on a big sunrise, and all you see is like cum, and it says taking the kids out to the park. But yeah, I don't see it. Maybe we see what the last post was. I always see that one with your fucking beard.
Yeah, that one. I really wish it had a better screen cap than fucking when I did the live stream a while back, and I was playing with the face filters, and I did the one where it puts my face as the beard. Anytime we go to the page, it's the first fucking thing that pops up, and because then the page starts to load right when I'm getting to that video, and then I'm just stuck staring at my multiple faces.
You have to hit the post because I get sick of that face too, David.
Damn, thanks,
Too many
Teach.
fucking David faces on there. One's enough, David. Jesus Christ.
You don't need a full beard of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it didn't. Whatever. But, you know what's funny is that fucking Dexter's mom one. That one had me rolling. I saw it in the morning. I was like...
Damn, she was...
Like, I remember this episode too, though.
She was
like,
fucking thick, dog.
It didn't really do nothing for me then, but now I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Close the bathroom door. Hey, I'm gonna take
That was Nicki Minaj. Like, that's right. I mean,
She's got those small ass feet.
that's crazy. And the small feet. That's, yeah. I'm like, why the fuck was that on TV?
She's carrying that wagon, boy.
Little kids. That was so funny.
It was to give us
Your
bonus
post
back.
is going to have cake for breakfast.
I always try to think of a clever
Yeah.
little quip for our memes that we post.
I also like the sperm drip down my wife's chin. Do you like this? No, what the fuck is this? You know why? Because that one caught me off guard. Because I was ready for it to be like nasty in the sense of sexual.
Yeah.
And then it went.
What the fuck?
180. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, Miss Cheech didn't appreciate that one. She was like, what the fuck is that about? It's like, it's funny. I don't know.
I put cum in your sandwiches, dude.
That's probably why she got upset. She's scared now.
It's not Gouda.
I do make her sandwiches. Not like that, but maybe I'll think about it. Yeah. Anyway, so meme page is also part of our occupation because
Fuck it.
I got nothing else to do at work. So.
Right. So my mom isn't appreciating the memes that we post.
Oh, she is one of our top likers.
Yeah, and she's always putting the laugh react, and she's like, "Where did you find this garbage?"
Right.
and all this stuff. But she cracks up like
Dude, my mom would hate. I can already hear the the earful she would give me if she saw this shit. Like,
okay. I think the meme page is bringing me closer to my mom. Fucking like she'll like I'll be explaining shit and she's like, "Oh, cochino, that's so nasty," and this is that. Like the one with the truck with the fleshlight on it.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "What the hell was that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a fleshlight, Mom." She was like, "What's a fleshlight?" I was like, "It's a pocket pussy." I was like, "It's something." I was like, "You jerk off with." And she's like, "Oh my god!" Like she's like, "Oh my god!" She goes, "They make that?" And I was like, "Yeah."
You ass.
Yeah. And I'll be like, "Yeah, Mom, they even make." I was like, they even take molds of porn stars' vaginas, and that way they'll sell them. Like that way, you're banging one of your favorite porn stars. And she was like, "Oh my god, that's so nasty."
You know what a porn star is, Milo?
Right. I've seen enough of them in my day. Like just saying, like I saw my buddy. He showed me the Riley Reid made a fleshlight, and it's a pulsating one. And I'm like,
Oh shit.
Pre-order. Do you know who Riley
We
Reid
won't
is?
be seeing David for the next couple of weeks.
No, I'll still be here.
No, that sounds familiar.
She's all right. She's not too bad. She's really flat. She's really flat, but she has
Ass?
perky little boobs. Yeah, she has a decent booty.
What do you mean flat then?
Boobs.
Oh, okay.
I'm a boobs guy. I love titties.
Mama's boy.
No, I was never breastfed.
Oh. Riley. They always say about Koreans. Koreans are all about tits because they're all mama's boys.
I was like, look her
Yeah,
up.
American. Yeah, here she is.
American.
Exclusive. Teach whips out his dick. No. Yeah, I've seen her. She does a lot of the petite stuff, right?
Mhm.
They do like the XX extra small.
Yeah, and she's always in the teen. She always plays like a
Team
cheerleader. Team Skeet, man.
Yeah. Team Skeet is they're fucked up. You ever see that documentary? They have one on Netflix where
About Team Skeet?
about Team Skeet.
Goddamn.
Well, it's not really about them, but they do portray them in not a great light throughout the whole movie. It's really about how younger girls, basically, they do the Instagram shit, right? They just, you can tell they're promiscuous through their Instagram.
Which most girls are. Drink break.
And Team Skeet, they have people that work for them that go, that's their job, is they find these girls on Instagram, they make contact with them, they say, hey, I'm going to be in whatever major city at a certain time around them. And if you would be interested in doing a thing for this much money, we'll put you in an apartment for the month. We'll blah 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 blah. I mean, that's how they get 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old girls to because Team Skeet's all about 18, 19, 20-year-olds.
So what's wrong with that? They're legal?
So no, it's totally legal. But the light is, you should watch, I don't know if it's still on, but...
well, yeah, I'll always check it out, but...
And I don't know what it's called. I think it was called Teen Model or something like that. But basically, because it was kind of shady because what they do is, they do get the apartment and they do pay them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they put them in with 5 other girls in one apartment. And they pay for all their food and stuff and everything like that.
They're just not being fully transparent.
They're not fully so it always is kind of rough. And then the girls always end up going, because they always tell them oh yeah, no one's gonna know. It'll be there's so many of these Instagram models out there. It's so much content. You'll never And then they'll go off camera and they're talking to the camera guy like, oh yeah, their hometown's gonna know about him in like 2 weeks after we post this because everyone fucking finds out. Like,
yeah.
And they're like, you just gotta tell them so that they, act okay. So
well, that's the porn industry, man. Like that's, I mean.
No, so the light though is that they are pretty transparent in the sense that they're pretty upfront with what they're gonna give them, and they do give them that, right? And the only thing is that it's kind of like they prey on their kind of like naivete, kind of, like they kind of spin it a little bit, and they're so young that they don't really get it, and then before you know it, they're like, well, fuck, my whole town knows, I might as well stick to this, I'm making this much money, I'm already out here, I don't have to pay rent. They kind of get stuck in that cycle, but it's better than being a hoe,
And the same and the same thing too, so that I don't care about, that boo-hoo, oh no,
yeah, it's their fault.
You shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
As long as these people aren't like harassing them, abusing them, forcing them to do things they don't want, I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
Just saying, oh yeah, I mean, yeah. The girls are dumb. That's what they are. They're naive. It's like if they're like, oh, okay, yeah, if I'm not going to be seen, everybody fucking watches porn, especially guys. Yeah. And you know what? If you're hot on Instagram, there's definitely going to be someone's going to find you like, oh shit, I found her porn, and then it's going to be shared every way. Because if the guy is like, man, I like her pose, she's so hot. He's not thinking, man, I want to see more of this. He goes, no, I want to see what's under that lingerie. I want to see what that pussy do. It's like...
Well, once someone gets a whiff of... I was just telling my friends who were over the other day, I was like, I would like to see all of my friends fuck, just because that's interesting. Like, I just want to see how they fucking fuck, right? Like, I don't care who it is, that's just like, how the fuck do they get down, Like, so if you're gonna do this porn star shit, someone gets wind of you, doing it, and they're like, of course it's gonna be like telephone effect, just everyone's gonna be like, yeah, I want to fucking see that. I'm like, of course they would, like... I went to third grade with them. Of course I want to see how they take it in the ass.
I want to see what they're down for,
How they matured, yeah.
It's like, do they like rim jobs? Do they not like rim jobs?
Do they give rim jobs? I don't know. So...
Do they watch other people giving rim jobs?
At the same time, I watch Team Skeet. I look forward, actually. It's like... it's a great... The video, obviously, you do have more of a... You're kind of like, yeah, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but we're all adults, so...
Yeah, fuck it. I was going to say the whole, like, oh, this isn't going to get out. I don't know if you've ever seen this post. It's kind of, it's turned into a meme. I just think it's fucking hilarious. But it's like where this girl, she went to go meet her boyfriend when he came back from being deployed or whatever in the military. And the same day, she filmed a porno that's on Pornhub, and she's in the same fucking outfit and everything.
With the guy or before she went?
Before she went to go see her boyfriend, She fucked some big dick dude, and I looked up the video because I was like, is this a real video? I'm going to watch it. And I watched it, and I was like, she's in the same fucking outfit, fucks.
Yeah, like the, Something About Mary.
no, luckily not, right? They cleaned her up good. Bang Bros,
was it with like a legit, or was it an amateur video?
It was a legit porno.
Oh, like a porno.
Mm-hmm.
But... Does he know that she's a porn?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think they broke up, but I think that's fucking hilarious.
What do you think of like the porn star? Would you ever date a porn star? Could you ever date? But that's a better way of saying that. Could you? Not would you, but could you?
So, I've always thought about that, especially because I think when I was a teenager, I would love to date a porn star. They always want to have sex, but then you gotta remember that's their job. They're always having sex. I don't think they'll be as horny,
right?
And because it's acting too. It's a job. Mm-hmm. So there's that aspect as well. And I'm about to make myself sound very bad, but it's like I don't really like when Leslie sucks my dick. I don't like kissing her afterwards. Oh. Yeah, I'm just like. So it's like, and I don't.
Those.
Yeah, and it's like, and I don't even finish in her mouth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a gentleman. So it's just like I'm just like. So then it's like porn stars take loads in the mouth,
right?
And it's like, oh hey honey, mwah. Yeah, and this is the idea. But it's like at the same time, we're all adults. It's like, imagine if I was in the same position, doing a call center job and, oh yeah, my wife, my girlfriend, whatever, get home. Hey babe, how was your day? Like, oh yeah, like I had 6 dicks in my ass today, It's like, what about your day, honey? I was like, oh, well, I had an escalation call. Like, like that sucked. But, sorry about the dicks in your ass. Just not a comparable day,
I don't know. I think I could. I don't know. I think I can handle it. I think when you're actually presented with the real situation, it's different because, like you said, actually seeing your wife or girlfriend or whatever.
Take it from another dude. Right? Being a fucking cuckold, the entire time.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a cuckold because that's more of a thing, but...
You're watching another dude fuck... You're still a cuck. You're watching...
No, because a cuck is they're doing it behind your back. Or, like, you're not allowed.
Well, the cuck porn, like, the porn category now is they watch the partner have sex.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. But I'd be watching my partner have sex... Maybe not be like right in my eyes, but I'm still watching it. I'm still getting cooked.
Right. Well, I don't know. I don't agree with that. But this thing is right. So that aspect of watching it would be different. But I feel like I could just because it'd be like, yeah, I don't care. Yeah. Because obviously if she's staying with me, that says something. Like, because she can get it from whoever and whenever.
But then wouldn't you be afraid if like maybe you're not doing something she doesn't like and she's like, oh well, did you ever watch this one video of me this guy, the way the Big Dick Johnson was fucking me, and she's like all critiquing you?
I'm liberal with sex stuff, but that's the whole different category. I mean, I've never done like a share thing, but I feel like I could just because I feel like I wouldn't care. I feel like I'd be like, I mean, I've never been presented with this option.
Obviously, right?
So it's not like I've ever been able to. But if I think about it, it's like, I think I've watched those documentaries of porn too, like porn stars, and how like, I always think of this one where they were a couple actually, but they were both porn stars. So that kind of changes it, right? But so she was very much like when she would get home, or when he would get home, she'd be like, go fucking shower. I don't even want to talk to you until you're like... and he'll even be like, oh, I showered. Like, yeah, I don't know if I trust you. Just go fucking shower so you know.
Go do it again.
Meanwhile, he would be the type when she would get home, he's like, he'd want to do it right then and there. Like, without the shower. Something about, I think, she said in the documentary, like, he wants to try to one-up it before... I don't know. Something like that. I always feel like I could do that. Like,
you think so?
I think so.
Is that your phone or my phone?
What?
That's buzzing.
That was probably my phone.
Okay, because I was like...
Oh, you know what? My buddy, he's moving to Austin. He was actually one of my jerks of the week a while back. He came up to... He lives in Seattle, Washington. I couldn't remember the state. Washington. And he came down and messaged me and was like, hey, you want to hang out? And it's actually Mrs. Chicha's old friend from Korea. And I was like, yeah, I guess so.
I remember this guy.
Yeah. So anyways, come to find, it's really just a Korean thing because he's older than me. He just is able to talk to me like that. Because I was actually, when we were hanging out, I was like, I looked at, because he was pissing me off the way he was kind of talking to me, just slightly jaded a little bit, where I was looking at his, did I say anything?
I can't remember if he did. That's why I was kind of like, oh shit, did he?
I think I did.
All right.
It's alright. Mrs. T...
So Mrs. Teach's friend came down to town?
So Mrs. Teach's friend was back in town, and he was talking a certain way, and I was looking at Mrs. Teach, and I was like, I was kind of giving her the look like, the fuck is this guy talking? And she was like, he's older than you. Like, that's how you talk to your younger, he thinks of you as like, she was like, that means he thinks of you like a little brother, though. Like, he wouldn't talk to someone if he didn't feel close to him like that. So I was like, kind of like conflicted, because I'm like, okay, I guess that's cool, but at the same time, don't fucking talk to me like that.
Right.
But anyways, he messaged me about the job, because he's moving to Austin, though.
Okay.
And, so he was like, he was like, can I put the email in? He goes, is it in San Antonio? I was like, yeah, are you trying to commute? He's like, I just need a fucking job. And I was like, okay, well, what's your... He was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to drive to San Antonio every day. So that was what that buzzing was. So.
Okay. No, I was just like, because I was like, my phone's dry, so...
No, that was... Is it?
I was like, nobody fucking hits me up, man. It's like... But at the same time, I'm not really a big,
What, do you hit anyone up?
At the same... No, that's what I was going to say. It's because, like, at the same... And I don't feel like I'm bothering people, but it's like... I don't know how to start a conversation unless, like, we, like, coincidentally made plans... Because, like, I'm kind of one of the people that I'll post on Facebook, who wants to grab drinks? Like I did last week. I'll be like, who wants to go grab drinks? Because it's like, I'm going to go grab drinks. My night's not going to be dependent upon other people. It's like, hey, Leslie and I are going to go do this. You're in the mood to go grab drinks? Well, let's try to work something out. Like, I'll message you first. I'm like, hey, so what were you thinking? You know, that kind of thing. But, like, with me and a teach, like, it'll be like, hey, we're recording? Yeah, okay, cool. And then we talk in the evening. You know, the only person I really text would be Leslie, and that'd be because we're just talking throughout the day, talking about different things. Yeah, and so it's like, because I would figure you would talk to your significant other more than anybody else. But at the same time, like, nobody DMs me, nobody texts me, calls me.
Wait, you're talking about, like, friend DM? Oh, like, I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, whoops, that was from last session, but no, this was from here. That's
Oh,
I had that flash of embarrassment.
Do you
like,
have the safe filter on your Google Images? Because I was going to say, I was like, how come only clothed
I don't
pictures
think
of her?
so. I don't know. I might. How do you...
He looked up Riley Reid and only clothed pictures came on. Let me see this.
Hold on, what you looking at mine?
Fucking...
Hold on. I'm getting old. There's my glasses.
We've all seen peepees and ding-dongs.
No, it's not on.
It's not on?
No.
That's strange. You look up Riley Reid and only pictures of her and her clothes come on.
If I do videos, it comes up the nasties.
Oh, let me see that then.
Maybe not. YouTube.
No, but
How do you turn it off? Just tell me how.
I can't. It's from settings.
Anyways.
Anyways.
I was gonna do something, wasn't I?
I can't remember.
I don't remember. So I have safe search filters. Show most relevant. Yeah. So see, show most relevant results or filter explicit results. Right.
Okay, yeah, you have it off. Dang, that's weird. Google, show me the goods.
What if I did nude?
That you'll probably get results for sure.
Oh, there you go.
And now he's just holding out. Now he's teasing me. There we go.
She's not flat. She's just got small titties.
Dude, she is flat, dude. Look at that.
Oh, okay. You know what's... So when you say flat, my connotation of flat is like tits, but flat. Like eggs nailed to, the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Flat. But you're talking about just flat chest or like small tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, that's a different cat. I think there's small tits, there's big tits, and there's flat tits where they have like... So like small tits are nice. Like she has nice small
So like what do I have? Like what would you categorize me as?
You have... I don't know... Moobs?
Moops? Well, geez, thanks.
Like me? Nicer ones than mine? I don't know.
Comparing tits over here, so...
They're higher than mine. Wait till you get to mine.
Wait till I hit your age, alright? Is that what he's telling me, drinker?
But so this girl, I wouldn't say... I wouldn't immediately say she's flat chested. I would say she has small tits. And they're actually nicer. Because there are girls that have small tits and they're still flat. And that's the worst combination, you see?
It just looks like nipples on their chest.
Because it just looks like nipples and like this one little kind of curve. You know what I'm saying? Like a saggy curve almost. And it's still not...
I don't like the boobs that go up like at a slope. They're all like...
Oh, I kind of like those. Like the otters. Yeah, like the seal.
Yeah, I'm just like...
Carla from Scrubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking... Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like those.
Flat too. Yeah.
Carla has decent sized boobs.
But... See again, I'm saying flat because they flat, not that they're not there. They just kind of. Well,
like
I don't really know what her tits look like, but when you think of the seal picture, that means they're like.
So that's saggy.
Saggy, yeah.
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 So that's not flat. It's saggy.
I would still call that flat.
You would call that flat?
Yeah, because her chest is flat, and then it just comes out like at the bottom there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who cares?
Tits are all. I mean, honestly, when they're in my mouth, they're really.
Yeah, I was like, and then when they're laying down, they just look perfect. So tits are tits. So let us know, what are your favorite types of titties?
They never do. Y'all never.
Well, granted, we've been gone for a while, but yeah. Hey, let us know your favorite types of tits.
Or else mad at you guys. I need to step it up.
Now we're gonna start messaging you guys and be like, hey, show us your favorite types of tits. Like right now, we need examples, and then we'll compare them. Speaking of sending stuff in, a Kentucky woman, this girl, this daughter who has parents, she faked her own kidnapping and was sending her family ransom notices just to get money sent to her. She did eventually get arrested. I don't know the legal name of the charges or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's for being a dumbass. But dude, can you believe that? What's the thought process to go into faking your own kidnapping?
It's funny because it's not like I can't imagine doing it, but it doesn't shock me. I don't know. It's kind of like everyone's crazy nowadays. Like,
yeah, and the teach automatically.
To be honest, I'm kind of like, how long does she keep it up for? That's pretty good. Hey,
right? And then you gotta look at the parents like, really?
Yeah,
really?
How long did you put over that bullshit?
It's like you couldn't trace the letters, like, who's sending us this? But
So I paid for this soundboard and I don't know how to use it. I know how to use it, but I just...
excuse me. Just play a sound.
Yeah, but they need to make sense. You feel me? Like...
You were on point the last episode.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm rusty. That's what it is. Okay, make a pun or what? How does? Do you remember that Miami CSI Miami Do you know that show?
yeah.
And you'd be like, I don't know, think of something stupid that would happen.
You could say like a burn victim. You could say like shit. Now I'm blanking on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
So no, okay. So say like they're a composer, right? And then they get caught. They're dead with the piano string or something, and you go, well, I guess that's how you stop a sonata. I don't even know if that was
Here we go.
sense,
Here we go. Here we go. So so let's say the scene. It's a crime scene. It's a burned down restaurant. Chef dies. A rival chef burned down. We could say this guy's well done.
Oh. Okay, no. Okay. Same guy.
Same guy.
But now it's me walking in to teach, and I would throw my glasses on and say, well, I guess you could say he passed away.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
And then, so we're now me and the teacher talking. I'd be like, well, I gotta call his wife. I gotta let her know that he won't be home for dinner because he's a chef. Boo!
I thought you were talking about me.
No, I'm talking about the chef. I said me and you were talking. I said I gotta call his wife and let him know he's not coming home for dinner.
Oh, I got confused there.
Boo! Where's the boo one? Where's the boo sound?
I gotta have a boo one, right?
There has to be a boo sound.
There's definitely
You're being booed at home right now.
There's also
our fans are booing as we speak.
Right? Yeah, keep booing. Hold on, I don't know.
You don't have a boo?
I don't think there is because it goes right to Chewbacca.
But
there's also where's the sad trombone? Now I gave it away.
No, bro. God damn it.
I should have been playing with this before. I did when I bought it a month ago, and then we haven't been fucking recording. Oh, here it is.
Boo. Thanks a lot, Teach. Way to make me look like a fool.
Okay. Pause, because I need to make a drink.
Alright.
I saw that show.
Do you know what band that is?
The Who.
Okay, there you go. Just making sure. You can never know nowadays. People's rock knowledge.
Yeah.
Really bothers me.
Yeah. I mean, I never listened to The Who, but
yeah.
I know that song.
I only know Pinball Wizard and that song.
Oh, okay, so.
But at the same time...
You're stupid.
Yeah. But I think it's because I have a really extensive knowledge about rock and metal music.
Yeah.
And then, like,
more
movies.
Than the layman of rock, yeah.
Exactly. So it's just like...
You're like a clergyman of rock.
So I automatically assume, like when I start talking about AC/DC, and they're like, oh yeah, Back in Black, Bon Scott's a great singer. And I'm like, it wasn't Bon Scott, it was Brian Johnson. Bon Scott died before that album came out. Dumbass. Like,
so,
I get really...
You're throwing a lot of words at me, and I don't know what they mean, so I'm going to take it as disrespect.
Yeah, take it. Take it. Because it's disrespectful to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah. Speaking of disrespectful... I thought I had a good one for that, but I blinked.
Oh, for... what, for disrespectful?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
Well, not a sound clip.
You're talking about the segment?
Yeah, I was trying to do a segue. Yeah, but I was like, I thought I was like, oh, this would sound something good, but fucking Well, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll say it.
It's disrespectful.
This is disrespectful. So we went to the movies.
Oh Lord, you know David in his movies.
Yeah, and we saw Black Klansman, which is a great movie, but
You're the jerk of the week. You're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself like a crazy super jerk. You're probably a big jerk every week, but this week you're the jerk of the week.
So being disrespectful. So my jerk of the week, we saw Black Klansman in theaters, and we saw it at the Santikos Bijou, which is over there by Crossroads Mall.
God bless you.
Thank you. It's on 410 and Fredericksburg.
Oh, okay.
Older theater.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, because it's a theater that they show all the artsy films.
And stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they show like the artsy films there. They show like the Sundance Film Selection. They show like independent films.
French.
Yeah, the occasional like, box office picture, right? So Black Klansman is directed by Spike Lee. It's about a man. He's the first black cop in the Colorado Springs Police Department. And he gets hired by the police department, but he works in the records department, and then he's kind of sick of it, and he's like, yeah, I want to be undercover. I want to work narcotics.
Is this a real?
This is based on a true story.
Oh, okay.
Or how Spike Lee put it in the movie. This is based on some for real shit.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, he goes undercover. They first have him like investigate this Black Panther party. Because they're like, hey, like, we know some leader of the Black Panthers is coming into town. Like, we don't want him riling up all the black people. So he goes there, and he's like, well, no, it didn't seem like everybody was violent. Like, it just seemed like they really enjoyed what he was talking about, black pride, this and that. So we're like, okay, whatever. So he's like, the real threat is the KKK. So he finds the number to join the KKK in Colorado Springs. And remember, he's a black guy. So he calls, he's like, yeah, I hate blacks, I hate spics, da-da-da-da. And he's saying all these things. And then so all the white people in the office turn and look at him. They're all like, the fuck? But he gives them his real name. And he's like, yeah, I'm interested in joining. My name is Ron.
This is over the phone.
This is over the phone. So the KKK guy doesn't know he's talking to a black guy. He thinks he's talking to a white guy. And they're like, yeah, we want to meet you. And he goes, yeah, for sure. I'll meet you here, whatever. So they're like, you know you're black, right? And you just gave them your real name. And he's like, oh, shit. I did just give him his real name. Because he was all in character in the moment.
Yeah.
So they get
what time frame is this here?
In the 70s, yeah.
Okay. It's like they have face release.
Oh no, 70s. So they're like, oh shit. So they need to so they get a white cop in the same division to go and do the meeting. So anytime they're talking on the phone, it's Ron, the black guy. Anytime they're meeting in person, it's the white guy. Okay. And then like he's getting connected with the Grand Wizard of the KKK and everything. Uh-huh. It's all about taking them down. And this is all based on a true story. So we went to just go see it at the Bijou because Leslie started working at Tinko's. Thank you. And so she gets 12 free tickets a month. So we're like, yeah, let's go see all the movies we want to see. And it just come out. So we're like, yeah, let's go check it out. So we're in the theater, and the Bijou is typically older clientele. Damn it. This theater is typically older clientele. And you would think, one, it's a rated R movie. No kids are going to be there in the middle of a school.
Oh, Lord.
Well, no, there was no kids.
Hell no.
No. It's just old people. Old white people. Go see this movie. So, the previews start, and I've expressed this with Jurassic World. Doesn't matter too much when people are talking during the previews. Because I've seen almost every preview that's currently made right now. So, I don't care. I'm not missing much. There's a man because it's me and Leslie are sitting down. Leslie's on my right. There's a man at the end of the aisle to the right of Leslie. They're an older couple. He's talking to his wife.
White man.
He looked white. I think he was Mexican. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
Didn't really good look at him.
Lokes. No.
What's up?
Low glasses?
No.
Oh, okay. That's how you can tell.
Right. So yeah, he was white. No
okay.
Lokes. So fucking... He's talking to his wife, and you can hear like every word he's saying because he has a big bassy voice. He's like, "Oh yeah, that movie looks pretty good. I want to go see that movie." And it's kind of like, damn, like keep that shit to yourself, dog. But it's like whatever. It's the previews. To my left, a couple rows in front of me, again, mind you, it's an old white lady. This time, her phone, she's getting text messages. Ding, ding. Because you know how like with iPhones it'll ding once, like a couple months later it'll ding again for the same text? Well, she's getting multiple texts. Well, she's getting multiple texts. So ding, colon is ding, ding. It's just getting annoying. But again, this is all during your previews, mind you. Whatever. The movie starts, the lights go down darker. The guy is still talking to his wife. Oh yeah, da 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 da, you know, like da 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 da. Just talking to his wife, and it's just like. So I went, shh. Because,
shit.
Whatever, stop talking. Ding! Somebody leans over to that lady, starts talking to her. Done for about 10-15 minutes.
Someone else was upset about this?
It's about the phone. About the person sitting next to her about the phone. You could tell they leaned over, and I was like, okay, cool. Quiet. So yeah, so I think what they're trying to do with the movie, you know, they're trying to exploit. I'm just like, shh. Oh, okay, sorry. stops. And I'm like,
Stop talking.
I'm like, okay. Get 20, 30 minutes more into the movie. Oh yeah, I really like what they did with that one scene. Da, 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 da. And I went, stop talking. Like I said a little bit louder. Ding, ding. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. These are old people.
So at this point, did it cross your head to go talk to like a usher or something?
No, because I want to watch the fucking movie. I don't want to miss it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and granted, these are free tickets. Granted, this time we didn't pay. Like, we're getting for free.
How'd you get them free?
Because Leslie works at Santikos. I just said this.
Oh fuck.
Boo. Everybody boo teach. Boo.
California candies, man.
Oh my god.
Fuck over.
So,
I'm 18. You're 18? Yeah.
This is
No
not-
way. You look so much younger.
I have no idea what's going on.
You were like,
oh, it's an advertisement.
Such a
It's an
baby face.
advertisement. Okay.
I was
what
like,
I
okay.
meant to put was that was for me. It's so fitting.
I was like,
The
you're
whole-
18?
Yeah, you're 18, David.
So, I'm like, what the fuck, man? And so I'm just like, man, so quiets down eventually. So after that last time when I said, stop talking, like, the guy finally shut up for the rest of the movie. And so I'm just like, oh, like, why? What possesses people to talk during a fucking movie?
How old do you say you was?
He was in his 50s.
Wow. So he just doesn't give a shit. That's probably
I'm just like, what the fuck? So as soon as the lights shoot up, I stand up and I turn my head and I'm dogging this motherfucker to like I'm trying to burn holes into his head. Like I'm fucking looking at him. I'm dogging. And yeah, and quick side note, during the climax of the movie, when the movie's building up to the end, the woman's phone, ding, ding, ding. Like somebody's like fucking, hey, where are you? Like, hey, what's going on? You okay? And she's fucking in her 60s, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Oh my god. So I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, man, people just don't know how to shut the fuck up during a movie. And Leslie's like, babe, like, calm down.
I work here.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like, I work for this company. And the dude's like looking at me, and I'm staring at him from when he stood up, and he's walking, you know, fucking to the exit. I'm staring and turning my body, staring at him, and he leans over to his wife, and the wife kind of gives me a side look, like, is he staring right now? And I'm like shaking my head, like staring at them. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking looking at you. And I was getting ready to say, wait right there, asshole. I'm about to go kill you. Like, I was like, fuck this guy. So we're walking out. We passed the old lady whose fucking cell phone kept going off. And I was like, people don't know how to turn off their fucking phones either. She's all like, oh my word. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. So Leslie just lets me vent as we're walking out of the theater. I was like, dude, I can understand teenagers being little dipshits, like when we saw Jurassic World, and like we saw it, you know, in kind of a ghetto theater, you know, and people don't really give a fuck. It's like, but we're at a nice, fancy art house theater. You know, granted, yes, it's older, but these are fucking adults, people older than me.
What's the theater called again?
The Bijou.
God bless you.
Thank you. I'm just like, damn it. So he's my jerk of the week, and the fact that he was trying to give me a dirty look. Well, fuck you. You were talking during... Do you talk during a movie?
No, I
was like, fuck.
I'm very conscious about social settings, though. Like, I can... Yeah.
I get paranoid when I cough during a movie. Like, if I'm like...
Okay, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. Like, I want to apologize to the whole theater for...
So, I went to we went to go see Crazy Rich Asians.
Was it good? I've heard really good things about it.
It was really good.
It's on my to-watch list.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's a romantic comedy. But
I love Constance Wu, though. I love her in Fresh Off the Boat on ABC.
Yeah.
Love her in that show.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
It was really good. So it's a new movie, right? So when we went, so I had this realization, and I think I've realized it for a while, but I always have come to it again when I go to these. We don't really go see movies when they're fresh because I don't like brushing elbows with people.
Mm-hmm.
I like waiting till like it's like old news, you know, no one really gives a shit. I like to go like on a Sunday when no one's there and it's like 5 people in the theater.
Right.
Because I feel like when it's 5 people in the theater, we're all kind of like, we get it. Like, we don't like the big crowd. We know people talk. We know there's all this, you know, so many personalities in this fucking room. Everything just kind of sucks. We're like, we're all here because we waited. And, you know, everyone's quiet. No one says
Exactly.
anything. So, we don't usually... And we went to go see this one because Mrs. Teach really wanted to see it. Being Asian, I guess. She just really wanted to... Really had to check it out. But I remember getting, you know... excuse me, all the way in, and I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, if I have to use the restroom, that's gonna suck to leave. If I want to get a popcorn or a drink, whatever, that's gonna suck to leave that way, this way. This just all kind of sucks,
Right.
Or what if this person's gonna be fucking talking the whole time? As soon as she starts talking during the credits, my head's going like, fuck, this bitch gonna be talking the whole fucking time. This sucked. She wasn't actually. It was a very pleasant experience this time, but that just made me kind of recollect and be like, yeah, this is why I don't. But see, I consider myself a movie buff, but I'm not. I think you're more so where you want to see it right when it comes out fresh because you don't want anything.
I don't like spoilers.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of dipshit friends on my Facebook that purposely like to spoil movies.
Yeah.
And so like I try to get around that. And at the same time, granted, we saw this on a Thursday night. On a freaking school night. I still call them school nights, like even though we're adults. It's like, and it was like maybe 12 people in this big ass auditorium. All spread out.
It's a new movie, isn't it?
It just came out 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And so I'm just like, when we saw it, it was only a week out. But again, it was on a school night. There was just such a big-ass theater. And I'm just like...
Actually, school started this week. So
yeah, well... But I'm just like... Well, to go to that specific theater, people are going to go to Casablanca. They're going to go to Draft House. Yeah, so it's like, no one's going to come like, hey, let's go to the Bijou. Like, fucking all randomly like, yeah, let's go check out this movie at 9:40 p.m., in the middle of the week at this random ass theater.
Too,
yeah. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, it never fucking fails. We went to go see Teen Titans Go the week before. We took Leslie's little brothers. The little kids were more fucking respectful in that movie than there were for a fucking rated R movie with old people in the theater. And then the funny thing was, is that the old people that were there were all white. This movie makes fun of white people because it's a black person movie. It's designed for black people. It's making fun, and it has a lot of great topical humor, kind of like pointing like, oh, there's nobody, because when they're talking about the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, the one cop's are like, yeah, this guy, like, he wants to be, a politician, and he wants to run office, and this and that. And then the black cop's like, there's no way that person of that much, like, there's nobody that racist of a person could ever be in politics, ha 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 ha, kind of pointing, ha 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 at Trump and this and that. And so it's crazy. And then like I was laughing because it's funny because most people know I don't like the fact that I'm white because white people cause so many problems. So I always say like, oh yeah, I'm half Mexican. Like I let you assume I'm half white. Fuck it. Like like if you couldn't tell. And so like, and then like during those types of jokes, me and Leslie are kind of chuckling. I'm laughing a little bit harder than Leslie is or whatever, but like nobody else is laughing in the movie theater. And it's kind of like, you can tell it's striking nerves, like it's touching nerves with everybody. And so yeah, they're my jerks of the week too because they're closeted racists.
Yeah.
So
they didn't laugh. They're racist.
Exactly. If they can't see what's funny, then
with their whiteness,
they're like, I don't see what's wrong with this. He said the N-word. That's right. That's what it is.
That's how it was back in the day.
This is chronologically correct here. I like it. But yeah, so that was my jerk of the week. That old man. I hope he crashed on the way home. Didn't die, but I just hope he crashed and has problems.
Just hope it ruined his day.
Yeah.
My jerk of the week is Spectrum. Spectrum, whatever the fuck their whole name is.
Right.
LCC or whatever the fuck it is.
Fuck them.
Co-incorporated, okay. So we actually had Spectrum when we lived in the old apartments, and everything was gravy. I mean, it was fine. We had DVR, we had blah, blah. Everything was fine. Here, though, we had it, whatever, installed, or, we had it sent to us, we installed it. It's not hard, you just plug it in, right? Whatever. And it worked. But then we realized, like, so it gave me, like, how to, like, changing the name of your Wi-Fi and, like, changing the password so it's easy so you don't have to give out this fucking long-ass binary code to someone, right? So I would change it, and then, like, in the middle of the night, it would turn off or something, and then restart itself. So it would be all gone. And that was frustrating. And then for, like, a week, like, every day, 2 or 3 times a day, it would just go off. Like, it was not connected to the internet. Like,
that's what happens with us all the time.
See, okay. So, it's technically working, but just no internet access.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit, right?
Yep.
So, after a week of this, though, because I was like, we were setting it, we know how to press a little button in the back, and how to unplug it for a minute and plug it back in, and it would reset. And then, it'd turn off after a couple hours.
Yep.
And so a week of this, I was like, okay, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I thought maybe because it was new, blah, blah. So I called the one guy. And it's in Mrs. Teach's name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mrs. Teach has an ethnic name that in America, you can't tell if it's a guy or a girl name. Like, in Korea, it's obviously obvious that would be a female name. But here, you wouldn't think Mrs. Teach's first name was a guy or a girl, right? So, knowing that she's asleep, because it was late, it was 11 o'clock, and I was pissed because I was drunk, I was a little high, I wanted to watch my Netflix, like, I just want to fucking chill out, and meanwhile, I don't have internet, so I can't do anything, right?
Right.
I didn't even want to deal with it, because I was like, I'm drunk and high, so I don't even want to call anyone, talk to anyone. I'm going to go watch DVD on my laptop. My laptop doesn't have a fucking...
Boo.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck. I'm like, what am I going to do? Read a fucking book? Like, no way. So I call him, right? And I'm kind of perturbed. So I'm Mrs. Teach, right? So what's your name? I'm Mrs. Teach. What's your date of birth? Give the date of birth. I go, okay, this is my address. This is where I go, look, the past week, every day, 2 or 3 plus times a day, it resets. It goes out for hours on end and then just comes back on. I go, I think the stuff is faulty, the machinery. Machinery, is that what it's called? Whatever.
Yeah. Who cares?
And the guy's like, it's late, and I can tell it's, he's the night shift, and he's just trying to get me off the phone, right? So he's like, okay, I go, look, I've already reset it. I already clicked the button in the back. It turned off, turned back on, no internet access. I unplugged it for a minute. I plugged it back in, no internet access. I go, what can you do? He goes, okay, I understand. Can you unplug it for a minute? I'll time it. I go, very calm. I go, okay. I unplug it. He goes, I have a watch. I'll let you know when to plug it. I go, okay. He goes, okay, go ahead and plug it back in. Okay. He goes, okay, do you see the lights coming on? I go, yep. So are all the lights on? I go, nope. The online button is off. The
right.
So, okay. He goes, well, it looks like there's an outage in your area. I go, okay. I said, well, in the beginning of this call, it told me that there's no outages in the area. He goes, yeah, no, I'm seeing one on my side that it happened at 9 a.m. this morning. I go, okay, well, this has been happening for a week. So, is this outage affecting the past week? He goes, yeah, it could.
Stupid.
I said, okay. He goes, so it could take 24 hours to, get back to work. And I go, 24 hours. I go, I was bullshitting him, right? Because he doesn't know. I go, and Mrs. Teach is, I go, well, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher and I have class tomorrow. And I have presentations I need to make adjustments on with the internet. I go, so I need it now. I don't need it in 24 hours. He goes, yeah, there's an outage, so 24 hours. I go, okay. I go, well, in 24 hours, when my internet still doesn't work and I don't want to have this conversation again, what do I do then? And at this point, he gets that I'm pissed off, right? Mm-hmm. And now he's mad at me for whatever reason, because he's a night shift. I'm sure he wants to go home. I get it. I was there. Right. He goes, we can call the tech. I go, okay, I need to call the tech. He goes, yeah. He goes, anything else can help you? I go, obviously not. So he gets out the phone. Mrs. Teach has hotspot, so her phone. So godsend for that night. I just turn her hotspot on and I watch Netflix for the rest of the night. So the next day, it happens again on air. What? Shut the fuck up. Next day it happens again. I'm livid. I'm ready to cancel, right? But I'm gonna give them one more shot, and I'm good about my composure. I
fucking hate Spectrum.
I'm not.
Oh yeah, Teach's composure.
I'm not
so...
a hothead, like at all. Even though this one is really making me upset because I'm like, okay, do we get like a discount because I'm paying for internet all this month and I don't have internet? So like, what am I paying for? So I call one more time because in my head I'm doing this last time. Because I want them to give me all the bullshit again. I'm going to go, okay, great. Let me cancel it.
Right.
I want to cancel. Oh, well, we can. No. It doesn't work. Let me cancel. I'm ready to do this whole dialogue. I have it in my head. So I do the whole thing. I'm Mrs. Teach, my birthday, blah, blah, blah. But it's this really sweet black lady. And I'm on the phone. And I go, look, I called yesterday. They said it's an outage. I called again today. I go, once again, they tell me there's no outage in my area from my phone number because I'm here. And it's done it 2 or 3 times today. It's like the 3rd time today I'm calling again. She goes, oh my God, you trying to Netflix and chill? I would be too. It's 11 o'clock. I get you. And I'm like, I'm a little drunk and high again. So I couldn't even help it. I was like, bah! Like, I just started laughing.
Cracking up.
And then Mr. Teach is like, I'm like, oh fuck, that's right. I'm supposed to be like serious. Like, I'm ready to cancel, right? Anyways, it turns on actually, just miraculously. It turns back on. I'm in a good mood because it turned back on. She was just like, I am so sorry. We're going to send a tech out. Like, she didn't say, she was like, we're sending someone out tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. This is a really long story, so.
No, you're good. You're good.
Just put your seatbelts on. So I go, oh my god, thank you so much. And I kid you not, her name was like Shalissa, or like, and I'm not even kidding, because I heard it one time and I thought, okay, I'm being racist because I think I know she's black and I think I heard that name, it's probably not. And I said, because I had opted for like the 15-minute after review, you know.
Oh, the survey?
Survey, because I was ready to talk shit. So I was like, yeah, fucking call me in 15 minutes. Because I went, even if I cancel, I'm still going to talk shit after.
Right.
I go, what's your name again? She was like, Shalissa. And I was like, okay, cool. I really want to, like, you were really good about everything. I felt taken care of, blah, blah. So the next day, I take off of work from this time from noon to 1, because that's where they're going to come. I get off work.
Oh, they never come.
I come here at noon, well, like 11:30, right? Because I'm figure, and I figured it might be a little later. 1:30 comes around. I'm like, oh, okay. So I call him back. And I go, I have a thing scheduled for noon to 1. It's 1:30. What's up? They go, oh, well, it looks like they called you and you canceled. I said, what? I go, what are you talking about? Because I thought Mrs. Teach, maybe her phone number was associated. They go, yeah, we called this number, blah, 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 blah. This was a number from, like, 2011 when I first got cable, when I first moved out of my... Which doesn't even make sense to me, because this is all new. You know what I'm
this
saying?
is new service.
I don't understand. Mrs. Teach opened this one here on her own. Why am I associated? It was really bizarre. I still don't really get that. I go, how do y'all even have that? I go, that's my old number from when I had service. This is from my... And that's where I fucked up, because I was Mrs. Teach and it was supposed to be...
Right.
But either way, I go, this number is not the number. And they go, oh, well, it canceled. Either way, right? And there's nothing you can do.
Jeez Louise.
So I go, okay, well, they can come tomorrow, and the earliest is like 8 to 9. I go, you know what? That'll work, because I don't even leave to work till 9. So let's do that. So I wake up. I forget that they're coming, because I've been drinking high the night before. This is usually my week. I'm in the shower, and I don't even hear the knocks. My dog starts going crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? And I go out, and I was like, oh, fuck, they're here. So I grab a robe, my fucking shower robe, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I forgot y'all were here. And I go and change, and he's fixing things, hitting blah, blah, blah. He was really quick. He was a nice guy. He goes, hey, you know what? Yeah, this and this and this and this was bad. He's throwing all these words at me, and I'm like... And he goes, but I fixed it. He goes, you know, this is why that wasn't working. He's really confident. I was like... Okay, dude, whatever. Like, it's gonna work. He's like, yeah, that's why he was fucking up and throwing up, and you're good now. You're good. And as soon as I get home, it's off. The internet. So, fuck you, Spectrum.
Fuck
Piece
Spectrum.
of shit service, which I didn't think you...
I have Spectrum. That's the only thing that's available in my area. When you live in an apartment...
No, it's not, actually, because it doesn't fucking work, obviously. So
it's like... Well, yeah, it's like...
barely even available.
Fucking... So, like, because I want Google Fiber so fucking bad. 1,000 megabytes a second.
Were you asking about that? You were...
Yeah, I was like, who has fucking Google Fiber that lives in an apartment? And of course, dumbasses, oh, well, I live in my house over here on this side. And I'm like, yeah, but is that a fucking apartment? Can you read my fucking status, you fucking cocksucker? Like, no, like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And that was, because our internet will shut off. Like, we'll be watching TV, all of a sudden, boop, like the fucking Fire Stick crashes. It's like, can't connect to internet.
Yeah.
And, like, it crashes on Leslie when she's doing her homework. It's like, damn, and we're paying for 400 megabytes a second, and I do the speed test, and I know the speed tests are always going to be slower when you check it, but my speed test is like 20 megabytes a second. And I'm like, where's the other fucking 380 that I'm paying for? That I'm paying $100 a month for?
Have you asked? No.
Yeah, I called several times. I've given up. Like, you cannot win with them.
You just gotta... Well, but then you got nothing, right?
Yeah, well, then we have absolutely nothing. Because it's just like, what the fuck? AT&T is available for our apartment, but for fucking 50 gigs a month, 50 megabytes per second a month. And it's like, it's like $30 a month. But I'm just like... Dude, I don't want to downgrade my internet because then that's going to be slower than what I already have. I'm like, this is so shitty.
So, see, and I'm not even that technical with the internet. I just need to be able to watch my show, turn in homework. Because we're not, like, I don't play video games and stuff like that.
And neither do I.
Yeah. And so I don't really know the...
Yeah.
So we went with AT&T, and I don't even know what they offer or whatever. And ours is it's $50 a month. and it was 60 with Spectrum, but it's 50. I guess it was a deal for AT&T. All I care is that it fucking works. It just needs to be on. It just needs to. I don't care if I'm watching blurry porn or whatever. It just needs to be playing though. It can't be saying cannot connect. Like,
right.
You know.
It's like, because the thing with us is like, because when Leslie starts, because one, Leslie keeps internet tabs open. Like, and that slows down your internet because you have
like that.
I don't know.
It's
It's so fucking
just
annoying. So
like
like
I think it turned off already again. I think
like,
it just turned off.
Like she'll be doing her homework and she has like 6 fucking tabs. Ooh, excuse me, I sneezed.
Notice I don't say bless you when you actually.
Yeah, right. Bijou.
Bless you.
Thank you. So fucking she keeps all her internet tabs open. She's on her phone on Instagram and Twitter. I'm trying to watch something on the TV. Plus, I'm on Facebook and Twitter and stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
And it slows down. But then I'll turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone and go to my LTE. And Leslie will turn her Wi-Fi off and go onto LTE. So we're both not on the internet on our phones. But I'm watching stuff on the TV and she's doing stuff with her laptop. I'll bug her. I'm like, babe, close your fucking tabs. I was like, you have 3 fucking shopping tabs open. You're not shopping right now.
Mrs. Teach has like 8.
Yeah.
She'll have 8. I'm like, how does that not bug you?
She'll have like stuff she was looking at. She'll have fucking a restaurant she was looking at, a recipe, 2 pages she's actually doing research on. Then her fucking her Jaguar bullshit, the stupid site, and then she'll have some other thing that she's researching. Plus, so that's on her laptop.
Here's the thing, I will look at all that too, but once you're done, you fucking close the tab.
Yes! It's like, oh my god. And so I'm just like, and then every time I've called Grande Communications, I've called Xfinity, AT&T, Google, like every place. I'm just giving up with the internet.
About that they don't come to your place.
What service do you have over here? Well, what's your address? Da 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 da. Oh, sorry, the only thing's available is Spectrum. And it's like, Spectrum has such a fucking monopoly on apartment complexes because they know they're shitty. They know that's the only thing they can use. So they're just reaping money and giving them slow fucking speed. But I do want to get, so this is about to get very technical, which I'm sure some of our viewers know.
Myself included.
Right. But for those who don't know, wink wink teach, when you use internet and stuff, especially in an apartment complex, the company is just shooting a stream of internet. Like, I'm putting this in such simple terms. The internet company is shooting just internet to the building, and everybody's using it. Yeah, you have your own router, you have your own password and stuff, but everybody's using the same internet.
Okay.
Yeah, and so when it starts getting blocked off or shutting off randomly and reconnecting, that's because everybody's using the internet at the same time because you're on one specific channel. So this is a plug for Google Wi-Fi. The router. I want to get the Google router because it's one thing you set up and it's designed to detect when the channel's about to slow down and it'll move you to a different channel that has less traffic with the same internet provider, and then it'll start shooting you on that one without interrupting your service or without going down, anything like that. They're about 130, 140 each because you buy the main one, you get main one, and then you can also put different routers throughout your home and throughout your apartment, so that way you have full coverage all throughout. Because when you get the router and it's just in one spot, that's going to be the strongest spot that you have the signal, and as you go farther away from that, you get less of that signal, less of that channel, coming your way. So with the Wi-Fi router, it's able to share the same channel throughout those routers. So I want to upgrade to those because I have the Google Home. It's like I want to get that Google Wi-Fi.
Wait, you got a Google Home?
Yeah.
You had an Alexa, didn't you?
Yeah, but when I was doing my research, Google Home was way superior. So, I
And so what's keeping you from getting this?
The router? Just I don't feel like spending $140.
So they do though for apartments though.
Well, it's not an internet service. It's just a router. You know that thing that you unplug and plug in?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just a router, and you're
How
paying
much is
monthly. It's $140 for the router. You're paying a monthly fee to use that router, right?
No, I have my own router though.
You use your own router?
Yeah.
Okay. And the modem too? Is that your own modem or is that?
No, that's their modem.
So, because I'm paying for the modem, but I have my own router. And the modem is just so that way you have the internet service, because that's what plugs into the wire and the walls and stuff. But the router is where
you get the plug.
Is like that's what helps give you the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And that way you're not wired in like a fucking caveman. Fucking dial up. But
So Wi-Fi is. I've also heard that there's other channels that you can use in the sense of mediums, actually. Different mediums you can use for Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is, what is it short for?
I have no idea.
So...
Wireless internet,
No,
something.
well, okay, so there's Wi-Fi and then there's like Bi-Fi or Vi-Fi, something. But
Never heard of that.
So one uses like... I'm gonna sound stupid because this was, I watched this a long time ago. It was a fucking Facebook thing, but it was something about like Wi-Fi uses, I don't know, like, I'm gonna say electricity, but that's probably not the right term, or probably not correct. It uses this one medium to get the Wi-Fi to you, but there's other ways of getting Wi-Fi to you that are superior. They just don't do it. Like, they're really expensive to get. Like,
probably commercial Wi-Fi.
I don't know. No, it's a different word than Wi-Fi.
Is it VPN?
No, because it sounds like Wi-Fi, but it's a different one letter is off. You know,
No say.
like frequency or something. Because I think they use like radio waves or
Megahertz or something.
I don't know, something like that. Something like Wi-Fi uses like some kind of like radio wave, and then there's these other ones that use like microwaves. You know, like these other types of waves that they can channel. The medium is different. That is better, but they just don't make them because, you know, they're super expensive to do. But once they can, it'd be a lot easier to get on Wi-Fi and just a lot simpler.
Right. Alrighty, so same thing happened again. It looked like the recording fucked up, but I know I even said that with the last podcast. But it still went through pretty good. But I just don't trust the numbers because it looked like the recording was freezing. So just doing it again, just to be on the safe side. So me and the teacher were kind of talking. So this season we want to kind of be a little bit more structured, kind of have a little bit, kind of new segments. Our fan favorite jerk of the week. So we want to kind of introduce new things onto the show, kind of recurring topics or recurring bits, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we're going to try something out. We don't have a name for it or anything like that. So let us know what you guys think, please. And we're going to go ahead and go through with this.
I guess we're going to start it with this.
All right. Rapid fire. Damn, son, where'd you find this?
All I do is win, no matter what.
All right. Let's copyright it. Don't sue us.
Right, please. We do not own the rights to music.
All right, so ready? So David will go first. All right, if you could buy any type of food right now, what would it be?
Whataburger.
Oh, nice. What would you get from Whataburger?
And number 2, no onions or tomatoes. What a size with a Coke for the drink.
Nice. Okay, cool. What color is your toothbrush?
Green and white. Okay.
If you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
A penguin because they're adorable.
That's really quick. Okay, I'm not going to be this quick about it. What is one of the things you would put on your bucket list?
Ooh, this one got me. To go to 22 Acacia Avenue in England. It's Iron Maiden wrote a song about that street. Apparently, that's like the Cherry Street of England.
Very specific and good for you for knowing that. Who is your favorite superhero and why?
Favorite superhero is probably going to be Spider-Man, just because he's really cool, and it'd be cool to shoot webs at people.
Do you like the old school Spider-Man where he was a cool guy, or the new invented one where he was like a nerd and picked on?
My comic book wise?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe, I could be wrong, but I think I remember the original Spider-Man was like, he was a cool guy, right?
Yeah,
and Mary Jane was his girlfriend, but then like, they remade him where he was kind of like a dork. And...
I like him better as the nerd that becomes popular.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one.
More relatable?
Yeah, more relatable, definitely, yeah.
Okay, who do you admire the most? Ooh.
Who do I admire the most? My
father.
father.
You can say the teach. Oh.
Right. One and the same, am I right?
Am I right?
But yeah, my father.
Your father. Care to expand? It doesn't ask you, but...
Well, no. Just he's a very strong guy. He's able... I mean, we all have our flaws. I know one of the same, me and him, is our anger. But in kind of intense situations, he's able to keep his composure, and that's one thing I wish I had and strive to be like my father. Especially in the position with being an asset protection manager, dealing with shoplifters and internal theft and everything, that kind of... Because I know I wouldn't be able to keep my cool and those types of things. Fuck you, no, you stole it. Like, don't lie to me.
Yeah, I've seen you do that.
Yeah, so it's like...
I wonder if there's something there that says you pick someone in your family, and I wouldn't probably pick someone in my family. Okay, what is your favorite summer activity? Day drinking.
Yeah, day drinking and barbecuing.
Barbecuing. Yeah, I haven't barbecued at all this summer. Not once.
Same.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I was too busy moving. If a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be, and who would play you? Oh, this is a good one.
Dark humor, playing me,
definitely.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh!
Not because I'm saying I'm good looking like him, I just think he'd be able to do justice to my character.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Sure, I can see that. Yeah. If you could be any flavor...
Actually, scratch that. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, McLovin from Superbad.
Oh!
I see him more as the more believable me. And he's gotten better looking.
That's funny, because I would say that just to be a dick. That's funny, though, because... yeah, I can see that. But he's like... He would be a caricature of who you are, though.
Exactly. Like, if I want to go for, like, look-alike, I would pick him. Because when I was in middle school and everything, everybody called me McLovin because I looked almost exactly like him.
I really feel like you're in the middle of him and Jake Gyllenhaal. Like,
nah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like looks-wise, nerdy-wise, him, acting-wise, and I think you portray me correctly, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, because he's that McLovin's way too fucking nerdy. But that's funny because okay, I won't say anymore. Wait. Yeah, so if you could be any flavor of ice cream, what ice cream flavor would you be and why?
Mint chocolate chip, just because it's fucking good. It's a classic.
Because you're fucking good.
I'm fucking good.
All right, cool. What is your favorite cartoon character and why?
Ooh, favorite cartoon character I would have to say is... Damn, that's a tough one. Didn't watch a lot of cartoons growing up. Like, I watched them, but I watched more movies and action stuff. Like, movies I wasn't supposed to watch. But if I have to say anything, my favorite cartoon character would be Cartman from South Park, Eric Cartman. Just because he's such a dick, and I love it.
Yeah.
Love being an asshole.
Okay. So that was your side.
10 rapid fire questions.
Yeah, mine won't be so rapid. I think too much, so...
Yeah. All right.
Knowing this is being recorded, I'm really going to think about it.
So here we go. Teach's turn. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
I would go to Italy because I would love how to either learn how to cook there or just enjoy eating there. Yeah.
Same. That'd be really cool. What is your dream job?
My dream job, honestly... God, it's split. My dream job would either be to teach, but I think I'd want to teach like a Buddhist class or something, like that type of teaching.
Okay.
Or on the opposite side, a bar. I've always really wanted to just have like my own bar, my own place that I ran, and I wouldn't even want it for like I can imagine myself being a bartender and like working there and managing it. And being there just all fucking day and all night, and like my life is just this bar, but at the same time, I'm just enjoying my life. Like,
right.
You know, it pays the bills. I enjoy the hanging out, blah blah blah. So, yeah,
that's cool. I think I know the answer to this one. Are you a morning or a night person?
Definitely a night person.
Right.
Yeah, I fucking hate mornings.
What is your favorite hobby? Jerking
off. Drinking, I guess calligraphy, too.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Would be the sophisticated answer. The primal is jerking off and drinking.
Nice. What is one thing that annoys you the most?
I think I've actually answered a question like this on the show before.
I think so.
My biggest annoyance is, like, disregard for social constructs. Like that are
Facebook
just
things,
that are
yeah.
common. Facebook is one of them. One of Mrs. Teach pet peeves of her to me that I have of her is like asking a question and her going, "What?" Even though and then I have to wait 10 seconds so she knows it. Like, why? You know, you heard me. Why did you say what? Like, right. You know, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the strangest thing you've ever eaten? And see, teach eats a lot of diverse foods, so...
Nerds out of that stripper's butthole.
Butthole! Fucking Pineapple Express.
The strangest thing... I think the strangest thing I've ever eaten was blood clot soup in Korea. It was congealed pig blood. So, like, it's congealed in, like, a slab and then cut into cubes and made into a soup. But it's still cubes of blood.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Boo.
that's probably the
gross.
worst. Even actually, so a monk took us out to eat this, which he shouldn't be eating meat anyways. But they, even the Koreans were like, couldn't believe that I was eating it because even they don't even really like it that much. Like it's a really old dish, but it was alright.
Okay. What is your favorite thing about someone in your family? He nearly spit his drink all over me.
My favorite thing, I guess it would. My grandparents, they're very, they're completely selfless when it comes to their family. I mean, family comes first for them. Even though they're mean and they can be, kind of sharp with
Not
how
with
they
the times.
Right, but at the same time, I mean, they will give. I mean, they gave up their golden years so that my sister lived with them with her 3 kids and all that, and they don't even bat an eye at it because it's just they have,
That's their family.
That's just how it is, yeah.
Okay. What is one of your weird quirks?
I feel like I have a lot.
Pick your episode. Which one do you want to go
Yeah.
with?
I guess I sniff my fingernails sometimes.
You sniff your fingernails?
Yeah, like when I first cut them, I'm always like, with the fresh cut fingernails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always get really subconscious with that. So like, I'll do it when Mrs. Cheech is asleep, so I can smell them better. So she won't see me doing it.
Right. All right. Describe yourself in only 3 words.
Caring, big, jolly.
Jolly? Jesus Christ. Okay. Last one. If you could trade lives with anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
This is my last one.
Yeah, this is the last one.
If I could trade my life with anyone, who would it be and why? God. No, that's not my answer.
God.
No, I don't know. Who would I trade my life with and why? I mean, I guess just someone like ridiculously rich and just so I could experience that type of like hedonism of just doing anything I ever wanted and it doesn't matter because I can pay for it.
Man.
So I don't know who that is, but...
Right. Let's go ahead and I guess we could call this candid questions. It's really getting to know who we are. So it's a good one. So let me ask this. It's not on the list, but if you can go back and change one thing you did wrong, what would it be?
I can go back and change one thing I did wrong, what would it be? Yeah, you know what? I think I wouldn't have dropped out of college for a year. I always think of that because I always feel like I'm behind. So yeah, I would have stuck through it. If I could tell myself like, just fucking relax. You can get to learn calculus. Don't let that. That's what I would change. What about you?
If I could change one thing, now, I want to say this, and before, because I already have it, even though Leslie doesn't listen to the show, and I know no one's going to be like, oh, he didn't hear what David said. I say this because I feel, and I'm a really strong believer in that everything you do, is a life lesson, and it leads you to where you're at now. Like, that's what I always feel. Like, every action has that equal and opposite reaction, whatever. Yeah. So, I would go back, and I would... And without it, like, in my mind, without it affecting where I'm at now, I would go back and not be such a dick to the girls that I talked to back when I was in college. Like, not cheat on them and, like, been like, hey, look, like, been really open and honest and everything instead of, like, quote-unquote breaking hearts. So, just because, like, I ended up having my karma and everything like that for the way I acted with women. Yeah, so going back and being more respectful, because that's not who I was, I just thought I was being cool. So yeah, so doing that, like
That's so funny. I was just thinking about, there was just today I was thinking about this one girl that I was hanging out with for a little bit, and I just wanted to fuck, and I was really like talking to her really, really sweetly, like totally like, oh, you're the type of girl for me, and you're exactly who I need. That's exactly blah 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 blah. And then we fucked, and then I ghosted her. Like, before ghosting was a thing, though.
Yeah, before I had
she
a
would
name.
text you and be like, "Hey, I'd really like to see you," and I just would
Delete.
never text. Yeah,
That's how it was
that's
too.
what I said. I feel bad about it, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, we were going nowhere.
I mean, and at the same time, there's still that thought in my mind. I was like, well, he's still smashed. But it's like, it's like, because then you never really know how that affected someone.
Yeah.
Like, because that's sometimes what I think about from time to time is like, damn, I wonder what they're doing now. Like, kind of in my head, like, man, I really hope the best for them. I know they probably don't wish the best for me because of the way I dick them over. But that's something that I always have in my mind. Just like, if I could go back and just correct that, just so that way it doesn't cloud their judgment of me, because I was still very young, very new to the single and dating game. So it was like, I thought I was cool, but it wasn't. So that would be one thing.
I had a girlfriend that was she was my first that I lost it to, and she didn't know this. I mean, she might have known this, but I didn't tell her. But it wasn't talked about. But
right
when it was before I started going out and partying and stuff, when I realized I could go out and party. I did used to invite her, though, because I always wanted to go out with her, but she just wasn't that type. So I would just go by myself, and then I realized, oh, fuck, I could meet girls and talk to girls, and things could happen, and they did. And I broke up with her. I did cheat on her. I never told her, though, but I was cheating on her for a good amount of time before I was just like, okay, I need to. Because I always kind of thought about the time, was like, yeah, I'm not going to keep doing this, so, like, I want to be with her. This was just like a mistake. And then it can be like, yeah, I just don't want to be with her anymore because I want something else. And to me, I didn't think we had a bad breakup. It's not like I brought that up. It's not like she caught me. It's not like I told her. I just said, we're in different places. I want to go out. You don't want to, blah, blah, blah. But I remember wanting, like, this reconcilement of, like, I found her on Facebook a few years ago.
You want to know what, like, what happened afterwards? You know what I mean? Like, what was the thought behind everything?
Yeah, just, and, like, as a person, like, I loved you as a person, that's why I was with you, and now that we're older and this is all in the past, I wanted to have that connection again, just as people. And she blocked me. When I had it, she just totally blocked me. I was just like, damn, that sucks. Like, I mean, obviously it really hurt more than I thought.
Right.
It did.
And you never know that impact. Mm-hmm. And that's how I am. Like, if I... Like, and not in the sense of like, oh, like I want to try to be friends or anything. That I just like to have those conversations. Like, well, I mean, we could be friends, yeah, because there's that whole stigma of being friends with your exes, especially when you're with somebody, because there's that always that like, oh, why are you talking to your ex? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of negative stance that's behind it. It's like, if I can go and talk to each one of my exes or people that I used to talk to and be like, hey, so like after everything happened, like, one, I want to know how you're doing now. Like, I just want to know, how are you? How have things been? Da-da-da. But two is like, what was your thoughts behind everything? Because when you break up with someone, you don't break up with them next day. Hey, so what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, this is not something that happens realistically.
Actually.
Well,
I actually, what's funny with that same girl I was talking about, I mean, a week into it, I was used to having a girl that I would call and talk to.
Right.
Versus when we broke up, I was going out and meeting girls, and it was just wasn't, I didn't always fuck all the time, but it was just talking to girls. It was just fun to talk to girls and flirt and this and that. But you don't text them in the morning or during the day and talk with them again.
See, it's doing it again. So yeah, you don't fuck every single girl you talk to, but
right. No, so it was just this aspect of I kind of missed having like a girlfriend and talking to some,
right, the companionship.
So
I guess you could say.
I did text her just like nonchalantly, like, hey, how you doing, this and that, and she wouldn't text me back, or she would text me back like kind of like jaded, like I'm busy or something like that. I'm like,
yeah, like,
and I would be like, is it not cool that we can't talk anymore either? And she's like, yeah, no, we can't talk anymore. I was like, okay, well, my bad. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't think even when I added her, she was married actually.
Oh wow, okay.
Because this had to have been in like 07, 06, right, when we were dating, when we broke up. And so when I would have added her, it was probably like in 2015, 2016, like a good amount. I mean, obviously, like, so me and Mrs. Teacher been together I would move, here in Texas, I was in South Dakota, then she was married. So I just kind of thought, oh, this would be fun, not fun, but interesting in the sense for both of us to just be like,
Like,
oh,
hey,
yeah, like, you remember when we dated in high school, like,
oh, ha ha ha,
yeah,
like that.
She blocked me. It was like, damn, I didn't realize it was, because for me it wasn't like that, like,
right?
It wasn't. I don't have any animosity toward her. Obviously, she did. She
clearly
did,
right,
big time.
And that's the thing, because that's what I'm always interested in. Like, so
try to add them, and if they block you, they're
right. Well, coincidentally, because curiosity gets the best of you. It like you look them up, or you try to see, like, hey, have they updated their profile picture? Like, what do they look like now? So I dated, because Leslie and I will be 4 years in September, on September 6th. So I'll be tied from my longest relationship, which was from high school, 4 years. Dated this girl, all 4 years of high school. And I know she went to New York, and that's when things fell apart, was when she moved. But granted, we fought all the time. So after we broke up, I moved on very quickly because I feel like I was already not invested in the relationship towards the end of senior year and then going into the summer. So then I knew that she was upset for a while that I had moved on so quickly, and that I was already talking to other girls and this and that on my my Woman Crush Wednesdays and right? So, and I remember shortly after that, I remember she sent me this long message. Oh, like, I can't, these 4 years meant nothing to you, And I was like, whatever, we're broken up. Why do you care? You know what I mean? Like, what's the big deal? And I remember, I can't remember when, at what point, like, she called me out of the blue, like, hey, do you have time to talk? And I was like, yeah, sure, what's going on? And then he was like, hey, I really don't like how you quickly moved on. It's like you didn't have any fun with me these whole 4 years. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, no. I was like, we had a lot of good moments. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, it was 4 years. We were together for 4 years for a reason. You know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, but, and so I was like, hey, well, you know what? I was like, yeah, that is my fault too. I was like, because and I told her, I was like, I didn't really put you all over my social media, and here I am with these other girls, so I am sorry, that is kind of poor on my end, and that can make people talk, and this and that. She's like, well, you know what, I do got to give you credit that you apologized, I didn't force it out of you, you did that on your own. And we kind of talked, hey, how's New York going? Hey, yeah, it's going pretty cool. How are things down? How are things doing with your acting career? I'm like, well, it's not so much a career, just doing stuff here at Northwest Vista, Kind of had that really nice talk, and that was the last time I ever talked to them, and that was back in 2013, and so, and because when we broke up, I unfollowed her on everything and removed her off of Facebook and everything. I think she deleted her Facebook a few years back. I haven't looked up on Facebook, but I know she still has an Instagram, but her account's on private, and was on private even when we were in high school. So with unfollowing, of course, you can't see anything in it ever again. But still has the same profile picture from high school, so I don't know if she ever updated that or even stays on Instagram anymore, but either way. But I'm always kind of curious just to be like, hey, like, how it's been fucking...
You were someone really important to me.
Yeah, I was like, it's been 5 years since we've talked, like, what's going on? What's changed with you? Yeah. Like, how's your family? This isn't... Because I knew her family for 4 fucking years. She knew my family for 4 fucking years. So it's like, a lot of things have changed.
Y'all haven't had this dialogue?
Since that last convo, no, but it's like, it's not like I'm going to go actively seek, like, I need to get in contact with her, but it's like, if I were to, and it's like, if I were to run into her at a grocery store or something, I'd be like, hey, like, what's going on? And because, at the same time, too, if Leslie were ever, was like, oh, yeah, who was that girl? Oh, that was my ex from high school. Because there's that stigma with it, but it's just that curiosity is like, hey, like, what's going on? I don't know. I kind of rambled on a bit, but it's just like...
the whole ex aspect... So, this also comes back to, our porn star girlfriend thing, where I don't have a lot of... in Buddhism, it's called Shenpa. Shenpa, like a hook. Like, it doesn't hook me. That emotion of, jealousy doesn't really hook me. Or, attachment, right? Mm-hmm. So, with Mrs. Teach, her ex and the guy she lost it to... And actually, the guy right before she met me, which come to find out, I was like a rebound in the beginning process of it. That just escalated, and we just never, broke up after that. But she, that was her first love. That's who she lost her virginity to. This blah 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 blah, and they still talked, and it just never bothered me because I was always just very secure with our relationship. It just never felt like she was holding on to him.
Threatened or anything.
It didn't feel like she was holding on to him in the sense of like maybe we'll break up and I can go back or something like that. Like I never felt that
right.
way. And he used to, I've probably talked about on the show a few times too. I mean, he used to come over with our, we'd invite him to our parties. He'd come over with his friends. She knew them all because from back in the day when they were dating. And I cooked the guy eggs one time. I think we were like, we partied all night. He was the only one left. And I made a big fucking scramble. We all ate and watched How High on TV. And I've never felt that kind of, and Mrs. Cheech, I don't think she does. Although I was dating someone when I met Mrs. Teach for I was dating him simultaneously for a week. And Mrs. Teach knows about this. The other girl didn't. And so I don't know. Our things with exes, we've never had a big deal with it. So obviously, she doesn't talk to him anymore. But at the time, 10 years ago, she still had I would call it a healthy relationship with him because he was still they meant a lot to each other, just as people, and they had a relationship that I saw as people that they just. I think one time his phone went out, she went and gave him her old phone to use, and it never bothered me because I don't know, even because I was like, if you want to go for it, just let me know, but it just never was like that. So I don't get upset with her exes, and she doesn't really get upset with mine. I think with mine it's easy for her because I don't really have a lot of exes either. Right. I have that one Becky Thompson. Look her up because I can't anymore.
That sounds just like such a common name.
Becky Thompson, yeah.
You can find 6,000 of them.
Dakota, yeah.
Well, that narrows it down to about 500, but
right. The other girl, there were other girls in my life, but they were just kind of hookups and this and that. I think that's mainly where I get in trouble just because I was kind of like a horn dog.
Right.
I miss you just.
And I think that goes without saying that most guys, I know not every guy, but I think most guys have a lot of those types of things where it's just your dick is thinking majority of the time, leading you to the next vag, but yeah, I mean, at the same time, I don't communicate with a lot of hookups and those types of things, because mostly I think at that time they blocked me and I just never and yeah, because I mean, we're adults. I know Leslie has had other boyfriends and and everything, just like she knows that. I think we don't talk about it because one, there's no reason to. They're oh, tell me about your exes.
I think there's a mentality that you either see your relationship now, and this is everyone, right? This is universal. You either see your relationship now as you were picked out of everyone that they could have, and you were picked, and that's special. If you have that mentality in a relationship, then it's easier to have that mentality. Mm-hmm. Or you have the mentality that they weren't picked, and you're the second choice, right? And the thing is that every person can think either one. Honestly, that neither one is really true, but you just decide on that, right, as a person of how your relationship looks. So if you're always on the second pick choice, you're always going to have this animosity and always going to have this well, why, Bob, this and that. Whereas if you think the former, it's yeah, well, I don't care because you're with me, right? So obviously I have nothing to worry about because you picked me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Did I segue that right? Okay.
Yeah, that sounded really good, and that's a great mentality, and that's what I feel now, with me and Leslie. Because at the beginning, it's always because Leslie, and I know she doesn't listen, but two, she's a very jealous person. But at the same time, a lot of the women in her family are jealous people, and that too is just kind of the stereotype with Latino women. Yeah, they're very jealous women, very territorial, very protective. So I really understand that, and. I know Mexican men are very territorial, very jealous too, and I'm half. Yeah. So there's the half of me that's
true. That's part of it.
There's who the fuck is that guy? Why is he talking to you?
There's also thing.
But then I tell myself hey, just calm down, chill out, no big deal.
I think that's also how how we were. I was raised that machismo kind of mentality too, where that was all, and that was something I had to break though with it because it was like
It can be very toxic.
well, it was also that's also not just how you are, but it's also how you show your love. You know,
Right.
that's how I love you. I'm so upset over this. That's how much I love you. See how upset I am because I love you so much. You know, and that was, you know, you see your parents do that, you see your grandparents do that, you see your family, you know, your aunts and uncles. Look at how much passion's there from that.
Mm-hmm.
And for me and for Mrs. Teach, luckily, I think Koreans are not like that though either. So that helped. I guess that's maybe why we mesh so well. But yeah, I don't find that. You're right. I see that passion or that kind of animosity is like toxic, and I don't want anything to do with that. And I have it in me too, but I don't suppress it. I just don't follow it, or I kind
Right.
of recognize it and kind of like
You don't let
dissipate.
it take over you and everything.
Yeah, just totally dissipate. Yeah,
And that's good. And that's always a good thing to have. Because a lot of guys are like that. Like they'll
Yeah.
let the
Oh, yeah.
the masculinity take over, and then you guys are just
Machismo.
like monkeys flinging poop at each other.
right.
You know?
That's
but,
exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's so.
And if you take a step back and look at it, you're like, yeah, I don't want to be that monkey throwing poop,
It's
right?
like, yeah, like
But in the moment, it's hard to do that.
exactly, and
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, I mean, let us know your thoughts on relationships and everything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I mean, we're about like an hour and
It's
a half
hard
or
now.
so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're
If
at a
not
good.
more.
This was a pretty good episode. We got a lot less dick jokes in. But I mean, I could talk about my dick real quick. So, yeah, I mean, just jerking off doesn't get old, you know.
It really doesn't. I saw a thing on today about sex. How too much sex could be bad for you. I was gonna read them off, but it was kind of like you kind of get it. Chafing is one thing.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is sex, but I also feel like you could also think of jerking off with this too. Chafing, right? Doing it too much. It also becomes addictive because the orgasm is serotonin. So
Right.
I think I had that a little bit. I mean,
Addicted
for
to jerking off?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, because I'll go jerk off real quick just to kind of do, you know, just
Just
because
to
why
do it.
not? Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
it.
That's a
like-
little bit of an addiction, you know. You can break your dick or dick fractures sort of thing.
Yeah,
actually.
I've seen those, yeah.
I've never had that though, but it can also one of them said you can go blind. You can literally go blind because the blood rushes somewhere, and then if you're too, some guy was trying to kind of hold in the orgasm. And then he had, like,
it's
a
called
little-
a edging
yeah, and it popped a
blood vessel.
in the eye,
Fucking
so he
idiot.
went blind. So
Rookie.
yeah, right. Just let it go.
Fucking. Oh, I've never edged. I've never seen the appeal to it.
What's the point?
Because if you edge and you wait about 30 minutes, when you come on that time, it's
What?
gonna be bigger and thicker. I'm like,
You watch Orange is the New Black, right?
I love Orange is the New Black.
With
Yeah,
the monster, I'm like, that's the fucking point. You're backed up.
yeah. Fucking, it's just like, man, like fuck it, like I'm not gonna get this towel pregnant. Like I'm not trying to give it the juiciest load in the world. I'm just trying to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the fuck. Like I'm jerking off into my sock that's gonna get washed in a day. It's like my load is gonna die as soon as it comes out. But I'm just like, so I'll end the episode on a gross note. So
Nice.
what we were talking about, how that meme where it's all like, did you put like what the fuck did you put in my
yeah,
sandwich
yeah.
or whatever, with the sperm dripping down the chin. So a long time ago when I was on 4chan, I always look at different threads, right? Because 4chan is the butthole of the internet, and I was looking at the best of 4chan or whatever, right? So I don't know what time frame, but apparently a long time ago, this dude chronicled how he would jerk off onto different things. And like he would always jerk off onto one spot in his bedroom in the wall behind his, like he would move his bed, jerk off onto one spot on the wall, and the paint was starting to chip and stuff. So, and this guy, like, he was just getting old, like, because that apparently would get him so off, like, jerking off onto something that he's not supposed to. Like, that would just make him feel so happy. So the dude started with, like, the dude was jerking off on random things. Like, he was jerking off on his mom's hair dryer. Like, jerking off on random things. So something that he knew he wasn't supposed to jerk off on, which I think is a common, for anything that's not on a towel or a sock, I think you're not supposed to jerk off on.
Right, that's a good rule of thumb.
So
Yeah.
it's like, if you can't be discreet, don't do it.
Right.
So the dude, his parents or whatever started making dinner, and the skillet was on the stove, and it was heating up, and he jerked off on it, but he washed it, and he switched out the pans or whatever, but curiosity got the best of him, and when he was home alone, he put another skillet, a skillet, he jerked off onto it, and then he let it boil or whatever, he let it simmer, and he was like, oh damn, that was cool. So a different time, he took the paint chips off of the wall of what he was jerking off on, he put it into the stove, he jerked off into the stove, he let his cum cook and the paint chips cook, he put it onto a piece of bread, like a sandwich, and he fucking ate it. He ate his cum and paint chips. His cooked cum and paint chips. And he said that was the biggest load he had ever busted when he took a bite out of that sandwich.
Oh, wait. He busted again eating the sandwich?
Yeah, he busted again while eating. Because, I guess he was, fucking rock hard, as he was about to take a bite. And as he bit down into his cum and bread, splooge.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Well, okay. I got to end it with two more, actually. One, there's a Korean movie where a guy accidentally comes into a skillet and it cooks like an egg, and then the roommate comes in and he was jerking off, so he was trying to play it off. He's like, oh, I'm cooking. He's like, oh, cool, can you put it on my sandwich? And then he couldn't say he was jerking off, so he did. So that's what made me think of one. Two, this is a movie, though. Two, I saw a Reddit feed where a guy would jerk off since he was 15 to he was 18 in a box. In the same box, every night he would just jerk off in the same box. And then at that point, at 18, years later, it was rancid, right? Of cum and fucking human matter, right?
Right.
And so he tried to burn it, but it was so thick that it wouldn't light. So he just still has the box full of cum that he still just jerks off into.
That's fucking weird.
So that's what I think of too.
So what's the weirdest thing you've jerked off into or onto?
Not a lot. I think the worst thing at this point is if I jerk off in the bathroom, I don't like a sock, and I don't want to use my towel because it's usually a towel that I'm going to use later. So I just come on the floor and then I have to wipe it up, and that always sucks because there's always streaks. So
Fucking that one little...
Yeah,
oh,
it's I gotta keep... And it's always still kind of oily shine to it, or fuck, I know I didn't get all of it, so be aware.
The oily right, I'm gonna fucking wear my... man, I'm walking around barefoot in your apartment. Damn. Hopefully you haven't soiled this new apartment yet.
But I'm not a shooter. I know some guys are shooters, or they can project. I'm a dribbler, so it just kind of bloops out. It doesn't
get on the toilet. Do you sit down on the toilet seat while you jerk off? Or how... Okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the toilet... Yeah, and it's usually just right in front of the toilet.
It doesn't get it doesn't drip off the toilet or anything like that? Mm-hmm. So you do get a little bit of a shoot.
My dick isn't that little on the toilet seat. It's
hanging off.
It's not hanging off, but it's
well, because I'm picturing my toilet, because my dick still rides up right against the rim of the toilet. So if it's if I'm trying, if I was going to jerk off, sitting on the toilet.
Well, I'm on the. I'm not on the edge, up against. Actually, it's. Sometimes
because I'm picturing you're sitting down to take a shit, but instead of pooping, you're jerking
So I'm
off.
sitting down on the shitter. God, I hope my students never fucking hear this. I totally disassociate my name from this fucking podcast. So if this is a shitter, my ass is on the toilet. I am a little far up, and I'm usually on the back like this. And,
kind of leaning back.
And this kind of throws me off too, because sometimes it'll boop, and then I'm totally throws me off, because it's what the fuck? And then the whole time I'm keep feeling I'm falling.
You look like you're riding a bull.
Yeah, so it's here, so it's totally off the seat, and it'll just kind of sometimes if you don't, when I was a bachelor and have a missus teach to clean up my piss, there's little pee spots that kind of have, when you're standing, and sometimes if you're drunk, when you're done, it dribbles to the floor.
Yeah.
There's always a little spot, a little bit, when guys are around. That spot gets the most cum area.
Okay.
But it gets wiped up, and if I'm feeling fancy, I'll get some water and clean it up. But a lot of times I just wipe
with the toilet paper.
And just toilet paper and wipe it up. But that's about it. I don't think I'm not into the coming on things. I've heard of tribute photos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, where it's man, you come on your phone screen, you've seen those.
Yeah,
I'm that's
or
weird.
a pair of panties. And
yeah,
stuff.
it's I wouldn't say I jerked off onto, but I jerked off a long time ago. I jerked off into an old Whataburger cup. because I didn't have any, because the only socks I had were my actual socks that I wore. So I was like, fuck, I want to come, but I didn't want to jerk off onto a towel.
See, to me, it ruins it to grab something, too, because I'm in the moment.
Because I was just like, damn. So there was an empty Whataburger cup.
Yeah.
And so I grabbed that, fucking, like, put it in front of my dick.
See, I wouldn't be able to come. As soon as, like, I'm about to come, I'm like, I gotta grab the... Yeah, gone. Like, I just do it. Just wherever it is.
Oh, no, my...
Yeah. It sucks, because sometimes I'll do it. I'll take a shower, I'll put chones on, then I'll lay in bed. If Miss Teach isn't around, I'll jerk off, and I'm that lazy where I'll just come in my underwear, like, fuck, I gotta change my underwear.
Oh, see, because
I
I grow out my pubes, so, like, if I come in my underwear and it dries up when I take off my underwear...
Yeah, no, I know that.
Like,
me too.
I hate that.
So I'll have like fresh underwear from the shower, and then I go and lay on my bed and watch TV. I'm like, yeah, it's time to jerk off. Why not? And then I'm like, but I won't grab a towel. I won't grab a sock. I'll just everywhere on the underwear, and then fuck, I gotta change my underwear because I'll be stuck to myself all day.
Yeah, because I mean, I haven't experienced that until like since when Leslie and I first started dating, and like she would come over to my parents' house and we'd make out, kind of dry humping, where I'm on top of her and we're pressing our junk together, but we're not having sex, it feels so good. I'll come in my underwear, and it's like, I can't fucking change. I walk her to the car and I'm all, and then like I forget about it. I get on Xbox, and then when I go to take a piss or shit or whatever, and I'm like taking off my pants, waxing myself, but
that's the worst when your dick hole's like stuck to your underwear.
It's like, come on,
yeah,
get out of there. Yeah, I mean, those are the perks, I guess, of living with your partner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could kind of be like, you did this, like, you love me, watch me come. But, yeah, so on that note, I said we'd talk more about our dicks here. Let us know what's the weirdest thing you've jerked off onto or into. That would be a great topic to talk about.
This is how I sound like when I come.
And I can picture it, but whatchamacallit, as again, always appreciate the support. Keep sharing and listening to the show. As always, I am David Clare,
and I'm the Teach.
No, don't do it. No, I'm a virgin. No, I'm a virgin. No, I'm a virgin. No.